Good morning, everyone. It's
Morning.
Natty and Chris. And this is a Daily Espresso, short shots of big ideas in your business and for your business. And thanks again for tuning in and watching on this chilly Melbourne morning. We're roving around. We've got Ali Tunes Records behind us, which is also does some amazing coffee, but we get to take ours in a sinful takeaway cup today. Now, I'm not here to talk about awesome concepts, and that's probably another, awesome for another time, because this concept here is absolutely fantastic. You walk in, the ambience is absolutely fantastic as soon as you get in. You've got a dude speaking in a French accent. The baristas
Takes me back.
The barista's a local French local, and he's French local.
French local on the streets of Hawthorne.
Just bringing a bit of flavour to some awesome coffee. But what we do want to talk about today is expectations and team. And I think this is something that we never learn to master as business owners, and it's something that we should definitely try our hardest to master, right? Or to get as close as we can. And hey, Ness, for joining, and I'm really happy that you've joined us, and I hope you get some value out of this. So, team and expectation, and the biggest one to start is with Chris and his start off question, because I've almost blocked him out of this. So, Chris, give us the heads up.
Well, okay, so thinking expectations when it comes to business, how important is expectation when it comes to team and managing those expectations with team in business?
Yes, awesome. And like I said, it is cold, Ness. It's absolutely freezing. I've got one hand in my pocket, and Chris is holding the camera, and I'm warming my hand with the other one. Expectation within teams are massive. It's been a complete learning process for us, and I think the biggest mistake we ever made, and a lot of business owners make, is that they expect their team to have the exact same mindset as them as the owner. They expect their team to be business developing is the same as the owner, looking out for opportunities, being efficient, not wasting, working ridiculous hours, putting everything into produce like the business owner. And I think the biggest thing that we're all guilty of and have been guilty of is expecting that of our team. And not actually, and when we expect it, but not actually communicating that, that's something that we expect. Now, I think the biggest boo-boo that we've made is that. All right, and probably not even communicating it. Now, look, if that's the kind of team culture that you're trying to build, and you expect everyone to be the owner of the business, well then, we'll see how that works. You're going to struggle completely, and I'm not sure if it's going to work really well. But if you once you finally remove that expectation, you'll find that you'll probably be able to get some real good engagement out of your team. You'll actually feel less upset, less angry, and probably start changing your own mindset. So this is not really, it's not something where your employees, your staff, your team need to change their mindset. It's an employer-driven mindset, and the employer-driven mindset needs to be one that's of acceptance, one that's of understanding, and one of managing expectations. So managing your own first is the hardest thing. As business owners, a key thing that we should be really good at is managing our customers' expectations. Late running job, a delay somewhere, coffee's not good, whatever, something's gone wrong. We need to manage that. But what we sometimes fail to do is manage our team expectations, or manage our own expectations of our own team. And that's what I encourage everyone who's in business, who are employing, whether it's one person or 100 people or 1,000 people, to get in that, change their mindset of how they engage their team. How they, their expectations on the team.
What's the quickest way? What's the quickest way and easiest way? Because it can be some very difficult in the day-to-day huddle and whirlwind, as we call it in our business. And when things don't go right, what's the quickest, easiest, as the train comes in, way that business owners can take a different approach, take a different mindset? What's the easiest thing maybe what you've done?
Yeah, well, the first one's for you. The first thing I would recommend and suggest is at the interview, when you're interviewing that person, make sure that you are completely transparent as to who they're going to work with, what they're going to expect every single day, and what they can expect of you or whoever's working with you, a line manager or you as the owner of the business, who's expecting you're a small business, so they're going to be reporting to the owner, what they're expecting, what they can expect from their day-to-day. So for me personally, I've got a particular personality, and that's a personality. It doesn't matter if we've got a team working in another city, another location. They still have to deal with my personality, and I have to deal with theirs. So, having that expectation out on the table before anyone even accepts a job with you is the most important thing. So getting that out in the outset. No one likes surprises, not your future team, not yourself. The other one is just maintaining regular, touch bases and how's things and what's going on with your team, so you understand what's happening, and you're able to manage your own expectations of them. Another one, which is an absolute fantastic thing, Ness, that's right, culture matching. So culture matching is a really big one, right? But I think the biggest failure sometimes, and we can talk about culture, and we have before, some of the biggest failures of business owners are that they're trying to create a culture which is around them. And unfortunately, within business, culture is created by the people within it. You set that initial culture, so you're probably as an owner and leader and a visionary of the business, you've got a particular culture that you're expecting and something that you'd like to drive. What your job is, and you're right, definitely there, Ness, thanks for contributing, is to bring those people that subscribe to that culture, and culture should be set on a foundation of values and mission. And if you have those people, and it's all about what Jim Collins said in his book, Good to Great, the good to great, the businesses that go good to great have got the right people on the right bus, or, on the right seats of the right bus, and it's all about that. So definitely right, culture matching speak. And that's, setting the expectation of the person that is about to join you as to who they're going to work with, not just what they're going to do. Right? And that's a big one. Many times, I remember when I was an employee, you go into an interview and you don't meet anyone else that you're going to work with. Or very little. You might meet a manager, but you don't meet anyone else. So perhaps I think recruiting methods and stuff like that are changing a lot. Go out for lunch with them, take them out for drinks on a Friday night before you actually, end up, giving a letter of offer. And then the other one is finding out what motivates them, and understanding or building the expectations around that. So a big one, and I think I've seen, is just finding out what makes everyone in your team tick, right? So what are they driven by? Do they want more money? Do they want work-life balance? Do they just want to travel for 8 weeks a year? Do they want to?
Are they supporting people?
Are they supporting people? Are they supporting their parents? Are they supporting whatever, kids, etc.? A disadvantaged family member. Because by understanding that, you're very able to then manage the expectations, your expectations of them. Right? They might be, there might be some issues where they need to be resolved, or it's just something that you can't tread on. Lisa's putting in a comment, and thanks for that. What do you recommend when you purchase a business and buy into already established culture if you try to change that culture? Well, what typically happens, and it's kind of sad, is new owner comes in and does a bit of a cull, right? And look, sometimes that can be avoided through the negotiation process prior to the buy of the business. And actually, my sister-in-law's just gone through, I think, a couple of days ago, a surprise takeover of their business, and it was very emotional. We got to sort of see the emotional side of that. Look, the short answer is that big companies deal with this, and it takes a very long time to integrate cultures, and sometimes it never actually works. So you do at times have a bit of sometimes an exodus once people feel that all of a sudden the culture that they had and they felt part of and they felt that they'd built, and so this is especially for the people that have been in a business that has been acquired, so it's been bought out, and especially if that business is integrated and absorbed within another, you have a lot of problems. And my advice to the acquirer of that business is it takes a very long time. So don't expect immediate returns, and expect to lose a lot of people. It just happens. It's the way of life of people emotionally feeling that they're no longer part of a culture that they once were part of. But Lisa, the answer to that is change management required, and you probably need some serious change management consultants on board to really assist. Now, the question is who's the right one and what value can they provide. It takes a long time and a lot of money to go in and acquire something and force people to change mindset, or force people to subscribe to values and cultures that they never bought into and subscribed to at the start, right? So it's almost like telling you to change footy teams, go Blues, but telling people to change footy teams, midway through the season. It might be a bit much to ask. It might be something that they might just completely get out of the game. I mean, but no, top question, and thanks for contributing. That's awesome. We're get some good tough questions. Put me on my toes like I'm standing up.
I like
I'm standing up.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, I mean, guys, that's so team engagement. Well, that's obviously a big one, but expectation of your team is a massive one. And I think that the first thing you should do is really just go in and just look at yourself. Look at what your expectations are. I mean, I was a big victim of expecting that everyone was like me in the early days. And the short answer is that, if everyone was like me, then we would have some serious problems around.
God help us all.
God help us all. But the short of it is that as business owners and entrepreneurs, we're one of a kind, right? In our own special way, and we've got vision and we've got motivation, and we're driven in our own particular way to change the world or do something and impact the world through our business. What we need to do is now then understand that initially, accept it, and then get the right people on board, get the right people on the on the right seats on the bus, who allow us to achieve that ultimate vision. But through that, manage the expectations. Hope that's been insightful, and looking forward to bringing more of this to you guys. And I think we're having a ball, so loving this. Even though
keep the comments coming, keep the questions coming.
Even though it's freezing and I almost can't feel my toes.
I can't feel my hand now.
And I feel like a bit of a sook because it's not even it's not even that freezing. And I've been in some other temperatures that we've always been smiling, and even though it's been snowing. Thanks guys, thanks a lot for tuning in and the comments. Really appreciate it. Keep them coming. Love it. Doesn't matter if it's after you've watched this and we're not live, but we're coming live every morning. This is the Daily Espresso, short shots of big ideas. That's Chris. Where is he? Nardi. We're at Ali Tunes, having fun. Listen to the tunes
at the trains.
Have a great day. Smash it out. Engage with your team. Manage the expectations. And we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.